think after match day now, we're literally still holding our breaths ahead of the final opportunity to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2026. So much drama. Okay, I think a slight relief though from Nigeria, right? Still very much in the running. And ahead of that final day, of course, they'll be taking stock. South Africa will be taking stock of what it is that they need to do. Just taking a look at how it is that they performed today. Fantastic in terms of the dominance, the opportunities up front that we saw, especially in that first half. But there was that great wall of Arubi that was stopping us.
That great wall of Arubi shows the consistency that he's taken from the Betway Prem, the league, into this encounter today. And I'm actually looking at him and applauding him in a sense that the maturity and the mentality to play for his country. Remember, once upon a time in that Zimbabwe national team, some of them were banned for, match fixing and things like that. Today's game, anyone would have said, they don't have to play hard. They don't have to bring the A game. But he brought his A game because he shows the quality of the goalkeeper that he is. He's 40 years old and he says, I'm going to come in and show up. It doesn't matter if it's a game that doesn't count as much for us as a Zimbabwe team. But imagine if Zimbabwe was playing for something, then things would have been even more different and difficult for us because they would have gone all out in terms of how they played because they were playing a low block and he was that last line of defense in truity, in a sense of which when we play in swingers, out swingers, he was there. We take shots at goal, he was well positioned, he didn't leave anything for chance. So I give it to him. He was man of the match today.
No, Washington Arubi was fantastic today for Zimbabwe. But we were given the warning by Coach News, who said that this encounter just as important for Zimbabwe. We were like, why do they want to fight so much? Why do they want to play that hard? And they literally did that.
Yeah, Carol, whenever you're called upon to represent your country, you want to represent it as best way as you can.
Yeah.
And from a team that is rebuilding, you want to see such mentality. And this is a better test to play against your neighboring country, that is South Africa. And a lot of the players as well that have played or that are in the squad of Zimbabwe, they've played in South Africa as well. So there's a lot of pride at stake. And also, you also want to buy into the fans in Zimbabwe. We still have a team. We still are capable of rebuilding and still be able to compete. And these are such games that are really, really testing it. And especially from a game of magnitude, from a South African point of view, from a Zimbabwe, all you need to do is play with the structure. Play in a form that you actually can still be able to build and develop to go forward. And that's what they did. They played according to their strength. They knew that if matching South Africa pound to pound is going to be very difficult. So what is it that we do? Result with low block. Low block in the first half, we're like, okay, maybe we created enough chances, maybe not enough. And then whenever we started breaking that defense, Arubi was the person now that was, the one that really, really kept Zimbabwe in the game. Even the first half, I think the only chance maybe in the first half that we really, really had, I think that was in quarter one, the one that he actually hit the upright. But other than that, Arubi was always positioning himself very well, just like Shoti has said, whenever we needed to break that defense.
Yeah, as the thing is, I think Arubi actually came up to the game, with full confidence. Like I said earlier, you look into the game and you see most of the players and most of them play in South Africa. So you want to look at it like from the league perspective, and you think, okay, look, it's more like a league. I'm going to put on my best, and I'm very proud of him because he never loses cool. Like the Arubi that I know. At any point in time, he keep his calm, he keep his team in the game. Even the shot that goes through the bodies, he was always there, to do his calculation and all of that. And to me, this game looks like the Kosafa Derby, and so they were all standing up for each other. And like I said earlier, Zimbabwe, they came with a strategy and which is to defend and for them not to concede, and they went away with that.
Yeah, and such a fantastic performance in front of a full crowd. I mean, tickets sold out for this clash. To be able to stand so tall and keep his side in the running in the match. Fantastic.
The positive here for both teams is that Kosafa region is showing up, that we are getting stronger and stronger because Lesotho, who would have thought they would draw against big guns, who would score against big guns. The same Zimbabwe is the same Zimbabwe that drew against Nigeria. This moment here was a shock goal for us, if you think about it, because how Foster gets that through ball from Umbule, being able to go bypass the defenders and all of that. Look up, either you hit it to the roof, it scores, or you lay off because Apollos is coming, and also you find Morena is in there, also he's running. So these are the moments where you're looking at us to say we must be able to win ugly, and it means the ugly that we need to show up is that ugliness that we're going to need against Rwanda. Because look at this moment, the two defenders that are sitting in the poles for Arubi, they're saying you've made it difficult for Foster to score. Let's also cover you and go to the back, and that's the story of the game. It was just like that. Look up, pass it, and then we are able to score. Again, it speaks to us being able to take chances, because look at the time. If you bring in a Mahuba in there already, it makes it a bit easier for us to say let's have two centre backs that will be pinned back, then the midfielders that are coming have space to attack.
Yeah, I guess it comes back again with the chances that we've created. And I think in this instance, I would really want to feel for Foster, because I feel like he's so unlucky. With the first one, yes, we thought that it was a show goal, but yes, it's very difficult. A lot of bodies in front of Ruby. He's so unlucky. He was so smart playing the ball just in between the defender's legs. I feel like he was so unlucky there, and I mean, it was one of those rare chances, very difficult to score late into the game. And yeah, here I think he was still hard done in the sense that still, bounced back. Zimbabwe able as well to defend, because they were defending with their lives, and you want the person like Foster to be the one that ends, at the end of the attack. But here, I think we're just unlucky.
Yeah, is that what you say as well? That South Africa in their last clash need that extra bit of grit. They need to be able to win dirty.
I think they also needed a bit of luck, because look at what happened now in the last phase of the game with Foster trying to put the ball at the back of the net. That couldn't go in, which is unfortunate. And so many chances that could have gone in as well, but unfortunately they didn't go in. So I think they will need a bit of luck, to be able to win, and not just to win, to score more goals, because at this point in time, goal aggregate is very important.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's what we're saying. You have to score those goals, and as many as possible, to try and get a foot up on the table. The Warriors starting to build in confidence, as the time was starting to wind down, and fancied an opportunity or two themselves.
It's the confidence of knowing that you've got a red card. The time is running out for South Africa. Who has more pressure? It's South Africa more than Zimbabwe, and they were taking their chances. Even the subs that the coach made, Kama came off, you saw Musonda coming in, and this is the shot that he takes in there. And this is a save more than him missing. So it shows you that they were a team that was saying, even if we are on a back foot, let's go forward and still poke holes, because that was a sign. After that, there's a couple of shots that came, and right at the end, Zimbabwe almost ran away with it.
Yeah, can we talk about the red cards?
Yeah. I think first of all, the first yellow, I think that's where everything started. And then one can only assume that it's based on frustrations. And yes, as much as we speak highly of Mbogas, he's still young. There's a lot that he still needs to learn. And a game of football is a game of emotions. And their emotions really took over. Because it's the same guy that also pushes him again in the second yellow card, where you get yellow card. Because you can see he wants to play a little bit quicker, but yet again he gets fouled. And I guess this is the first, I think this is the one that it becomes the red card. Look at him here, pushes him again. And the Zimbabwean player is so clever. With that push, he just falls down. He knows that it's a second yellow. And look at also, the captain, Ronan, just push him outside so that you can continue playing. But you can also understand that these are one of those lessons from Bogazi to learn, because he can only learn. He became a better player because he plays so many games. You can only learn from such mistakes when you actually be part of it. And this is a very big learning curve for him, knowing the magnitude of also the important thing that comes after this one, and being the pivotal player in that defense. There's so much for him to learn.
Yeah, no, I was going to say as well, it's really unfortunate. One of the stand-up players for Bafana, and is not going to be there in such a critical encounter next week.
It's quite unfortunate, because the next week is really needed in this game. But, initially I was talking about his age, but now I understand that, with experience, this didn't come with experience. He has put in so much at his age, he has been showing maturity in the game, but just this little time, it tells you that he doesn't really know how to manage his anger at this point in time, which I think he needs to work on. But I think, like Tepo said, it's a learning journey for him. So he's going to learn from this one. But it's unfortunate that the team is going to miss him for the next one.
Well, let's talk about the Super Eagles and remind you how it is that they got that victory. That things are still very, very tense at halftime, but coming back very strong in the second.
Absolutely, and when you have a Victor Osimhen in your squad, you know that he's a goal poacher. He plays with so much conviction. He plays with so much arrogance, and it's a Nigerian thing where that's something that we are saying it's missing from them. The arrogance to say we're going to beat you, they're in your face. But this Nigerian side hasn't been like that. That's we are in your face. We're going to beat you and all of that. So that has been taken away a bit. But in that huddle up at the end, you can see that he was speaking to the team to say we can't be the giants of Africa, and every time we have to beg, we have to. We are always in trouble. We can't score, we concede, or we don't even win matches convincingly. And in this game, you can see in the second half, it had to come from them to say, we need to push as hard as we can. And this penalty moment, it takes me back to when they played South Africa. That goal wasn't a goal, but they fought for it, and converting this penalty from a captain who stands up, who's a senior. And that takes me to a point to say it's important to have seniors in the team that really want it as hard as they can.
They lead by example.
Yeah, I think for me, this game is more of mental, because, at this point in time, if you begin to panic, you might just lose it easily. And with the Nigerian spirit that I know, we don't easily back up like that. We have to push till the final end. And they've proven it here. They came up with the strong mentality because first half was goalless, and they have to push for themselves to make sure that they get these 3 points. And for Akon to step up, because I know how many times he was criticized for the last game that they played, but now for him to step up with boldness to take up these penalties is something that only senior players can do. And congrats again once to Nigeria to look up to the next one.
Yeah, making it 2. So sweet.
Yeah, making it 2 later on into the game, which is something that they needed, because once it's 1-0, it's always on the edge, and as a team that wants to win, you want to have that little bit of a buffer. The second goal was so important, but what impressed me more was after the penalty was taken, look at the Victor Osimhen's behavior. He goes outside to fetch the ball to rally the guys to actually go restart the game. That's the mentality that Coach Shoti is talking about, the arrogance that they need. They knew the importance of this game, but in the end they had to fight for it, and the second goal became a buffer that they really, really needed.
Fantastic stuff. And Lesotho pulling one back.
Yeah, Lesotho pulling one back, and this is how they've been scoring their goals in the qualifiers as well. Whenever they get a set piece, they go there and they punish you. Look at the agency as well here. They scoring, they taking that ball and they are running. They don't care about who's what, nothing. And that's the story of these qualifiers, especially in this group. Other groups, there's a bit of drama, but not as much as we are seeing in this South Africa, Benin, Nigeria group, where everybody is fighting until the very end. Because Lesotho knows it's not as if when they win this game today, they run to number 2 or, but they are fighting for everything. Nobody's just saying, well, it's the last game, okay, it's fine, we are playing against Nigeria, they're going to beat us. No, everybody's showing up, and it shows the strength and the level of the African football as well. That's what I'm applauding, that no game is okay, except for that game where we saw Cameroon won by 7 goals, but other games, it's not that easy to get, a plethora of goals.
Yeah, it's been really very lively in Group C. Brighton, the pressure continues. Before kickoff, you said you're feeling no pressure. One wonders how you are feeling now.
Simply, the streets are talking. Apparently, the calculators are out, and I never thought that the first time when I have this new device of mine, the owner, man, I'll be looking for a calculator. So now this is a problem for me. But here's the thing, everyone was talking about the help and the calculators, and I still have brothers in Abuja. So Daniel, Chewy, no wahala now. I can bring the phone to you and we're all good. So gents, the help, maybe, I need it from you guys. So Chewy, brother, come on now, no wahala, brother.
Okay, World Cup hopes are back at the board. Nigeria, great job. South Africa, Yabonga. Up next, Nigeria, we take on Benin Republic. Every game as usual, a must-win game. South Africa, taking on our good friends, Rwanda. And Chewy Chu still in the studio, Lagos, taking on Brown Ideye, ex-Super Eagles forward. What a game.
What a game. Yeah.
2-1. Your feelings of that match?
Hard to watch. Hard to watch. But, the most important thing is getting the 3 points.
Okay.
Which we did today. So I'm happy about it.
Now, we had 3 goals involved in the whole match, 2 to Nigeria, 1 to Lesotho. Let's start with the first goal. That penalty kick, Troost. Talk us through that.
In fact, I was watching it. I was afraid. I was scared. To have that mind to go and play that penalty.
And the goalie went the right way.
Simple. He has to put it on the right corner. If not, no chance.
Now, Adams with the second goal for Nigeria, assist by Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
You were very happy for your boy because you gave him a shout out in your previous show.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Wonderful performance. Osimhen with him, I think they will do a really, really good job up front. Scoring for a club and coming back home to score for the Super Eagles. It's amazing.
Now, when you compare the Osimhen Accor partnership with Osimhen Arokudare Tolu, what do you feel? What do you see there?
Right now, it's hard to tell who is going to match with Osimhen because Osimhen for sure needs someone to play with him. You understand? So watching Tolu first half and watching Accor, in the few minutes that he played, I think we're still looking for the balance, for the partnership between them, any one of them, and Osimhen.
Well, Osimhen is still looking for the special one to join him up front.
Yeah.
Later stages, Lesotho, they had the one goal, they pulled one back. That was they said the shortest man on the field.
Yes, that was bad. Bad communication from Wabali and Basi. I really can't tell, but it was bad communication, and it happened again. Imagine that one went in.
You were screaming. He was screaming.
Whoa, the ball was going slow. I was like, oh, no, I was screaming, but thank God that they didn't equalize because I think we won't be talking about that now.
We started out from needing help, and now it's hope.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we take on Benin. How do you see that game panning out? And if South Africa takes on Rwanda,
Tough.
Yeah,
Tough.
it's Benin's spot to lose.
It's going to be tough. We have to win. We have to win, and Benin, they are coming here with all the force that they have in them to make sure that they win that game, because they'll be 100% sure that South Africa will beat Rwanda. So it will not be an easy game.
So help is a 4-letter word. Hope is a 4-letter word. South Africa, thank you for what you've done, but the is not done yet. You got one more to go. Nigeria, one more to go. It is all down to the wire. If this was a series, if this was a movie, this has been a gripping one.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And shout out Caro.
Shout out to
Caro and me. Watch it.
Daniel,
watch it.
What's up? Back to you guys. Brighton as well. I see you, my man. Teko as well, yeah. I don't want to forget anybody.
How did this happen? How? Guys, we were on top of it. Everything was fantastic. I was using my phone, streaming the game. And now, all of a sudden, it's calculators seeking for help. And I'll never hear the end of it. Chewy, it's okay, my brother. You're still my brother. And I know you're going to do the right thing. You're going to do the right thing, okay? You know what? It's fine. Simply, you know what? Yeah, no. It's tough. Over to you.
Yeah, Igunzima, it is tough. Brown, so good to see you. My brother, big smiles on their faces, but it's not done yet. Okay, we're still waiting for that final clash. And boy, oh boy, are we going to be on tenterhooks. The grandstand viewers as well as La Liga viewers, thank you so much.